Hey everyone, Evelyn here. I have been invited to participate in a summer collab started by Claire Gray here on YouTube. And there was actually a first part of this that was called Out of the Box Summer Polish Picks, and that was started by Debbie. So I'll link her below and list all the information about the wonderful ladies that participated in part one of the summer collab. I unfortunately I didn't have my act together, I didn't have the video up in time. But I appreciate being included in the collab. And so part two is 12 desert island polishes. If it's titled differently, I'll give this video the appropriate title. But Claire Gray said, hey, let's do a round two for this collaboration and pick your, these are the only polishes you could use. Pick 12 polishes that you'd be stuck with for a year, and these are the only ones you can use. So choose wisely. And I was like, oh, challenge accepted. Like, I was super excited. I think I knew most of the ones I was going to pick immediately because I think about this a lot. And I don't know that that's something that I feel proud of admitting, but most of these I was able to pick right away. There's a few that I probably could, it took me a while, but I'd say 8 of the 10 I was like, yes. Or I'm sorry, 8 of the 12, maybe 9 of the 12. But the rest of them, the last few, I was like, I had to think about it a little bit. But anyway, let's get into it. So these are in no particular order. We're just going to go through my 12 polish picks if I was like stuck with these for a year. Starting strong with an oldie but a goodie to me. This is Zoya's, you know the name, don't turn it over, you know the name. Oh my gosh, what is this polish called? Perrie. Perrie. This is Perrie from Zoya, and it's gorgeous. Perrie and I go back a few years. I wore this when I met Kyle for the first time in person because we met online. I've always been drawn to this type of orchid pinky shade. It's got the right blend of pink and purple, and I'm smitten by both pinks and purples, so this is a natural choice. Beautiful cream formula. I would get a ton of use out of this if this was one of my top 12 to keep for the year. So love this one. This is Perrie from Zoya. Next up, also from Zoya, I've talked about this before. This is Normani. This is my favorite neutral polish. It's a gorgeous grungy taupe with a shot of purple to it, and I love it. It's absolutely beautiful. It's gorgeous. Another beautiful, smooth, perfect formula. Perrie, I'll list all the coats required for opacity for me anyway. I know Perrie can be a one coater. Normani, I tend to have to do 2, but it's almost there at 1. This is really gorgeous. I love this color, and I've said this before, but I love these types of shades as palette cleansers at the end of any given season, and this is my ultimate favorite neutral color. Love this. Let's see. Okay, I want to change things up. Grab from another brand because there's a little bit of Zoya in here. There's a good mix, actually. I think I did okay. I've mentioned this before too, actually in the same video as Normani. It was polishes that are me in a bottle, and this is the pink that I think is like super me in a bottle. This is from OPI, and it's called Small plus Cute equals Love, or Small plus Cute equals Heart. I guess Small plus Cute equals Love makes, I don't know, it sounds nicer. But anyway, this is a beautiful, warm candy pink. It's got kind of that strawberry cream filling vibe to it. It takes 3 coats to get opaque, but I'm a sucker for warm. Like, if you give me a light pink and it's a little bit warm and has, again, that kind of candy-like quality to it, I love it. It's not chalky looking like Mod About You from OPI, and it's not as blue tone as a lot of lighter tone pinks that I feel tend to be more kind of prevalent out there. This is a really nice light pink that still is a touch warmer than other pinks that I've seen. Next up is probably one of my favorite holos ever. If I could only wear one holo, it probably would be this. I love it. And I know it's not, it's not an indie and it's not like this crazy color, but it's Mirrorball from Orly. And it's beautiful. It's absolutely gorgeous. So, I feel like indie brands do hollows really well. And it's not uncommon to see a linear hollow with a scattered holographic effect in the same polish if you're looking at an indie brand. But to see that in a mainstream brand, I think is really remarkable. And I love this. I absolutely love it. It is rainbows and rainbows for days on your nails. I love it. Again, you have a linear hollow effect, a scattered hollow. It's all in a clear base, but there's so much silver micro shimmer and spectra flare or whatever they're using to get it to be so holographic that it builds up nicely in 3 coats and is gorgeously silver and beautiful. But because you have the scattered hollow effect and the linear hollow, you'll see the holographic effect in any and all lighting. You'll get something. You're going to see rainbows no matter what lighting you're in. And I really like that. So this is Mirrorball from Orly. Amazing. Ugh, so good. All right, so what else am I taking in my 12 Desert Island, I can only wear these for a year polishes? I have another OPI. I keep going back to this over and over, and I actually had a Zoya polish similar to this that I destashed because I prefer the tone and the formula of this one. So this is from OPI, I said that, and this is Kiss Me On My Tulips. And aside from having an adorable name, and I love tulips, this is a beautiful, cool-toned, deeper pink. I'd say it's bright enough to be just a really easy, beautiful choice for like a summer petty. But I don't know, I feel like this is a year-round type of pink. It's dark enough to feel at home in a fall palette to me, but still light and bright enough to fit during the warmer months. And I don't care, like in winter I tend to gravitate more toward neutrals, but I'd still wear this. I love this color, gorgeous formula, beautiful. I love the coolness of this. I have a lot of, I have, lighter skin, but I have a kind of a yellow undertone, and I love how cool tones like this can sometimes clash with my skin. I find that clash, that contrast to be very pleasing to the eye, at least to my eyes, and I love this one. I feel like that's true for Perrie as well. Like these kind of cool tone purples, these cool tone kind of pinky shades or purpley shades look really good against olive and yellow complexions. Okay, so this is probably the one that took the longest to decide on, and it was probably tied with like 3 other polishes. This is from OPI. It's called Center of the Universe, and I don't really wear black polishes too much. I like colors that are deep and dark, but I want them to be noticeably the color that they are. I don't want them to be so dark that they could be mistaken for black, and I don't find myself drawn to straight up black polishes very much. Zoya's Storm almost made it in, but I picked this instead because this really, really wowed me when I wore it for the first time, and I love it. It's a beautiful black base with a crap load of silver micro shimmer, and it doesn't sound that interesting. It doesn't even look that interesting in the bottle. I mean, it looks okay, but on the nail, I love it. It is like when people say that red nails or black nails or darker kind of vampy colors make them feel sexy, I kind of think, well, that's cool, but I've never felt that way about a polish. I feel that way about this one though. It's just, it makes me feel cool, and it gives me a little spring in my step, which is weird because it's such a deep dark color, but it dries so glossy, and then you have all of that shimmer. It's like I have like patent leather nails or something when I have this on, and it just feels badass and sexy and cool, and I don't know, I love it. So I've never been so taken by a black polish other than Dream from Zoya, which is a black base with a scattered holographic effect running through it. But I had to pick this over that one just because I don't really find the hollow in that one to be so over the top that it would make me pick this over that. And I feel much more, this pulls more emotion out of me than Dream. I mean, than Storm. Getting my scattered hollows from Zoya confused. But yeah, Center of the Universe from OPI, just like stilettos in a bottle or something. It's amazing. Okay, and next up is Boho Blues from China Glaze. I know what these are called, but for some reason I have this inclination to turn over the bottles and look at them anyway. And sometimes I have like brain farts, so whatever. So this is Boho Blues. I love periwinkle so much, so I had to pick a periwinkle, and when it comes down to it, Boho Blues gets it done. It's got a nice formula, 2 to 3 coats, depending on the nail. So it's an okay formula, but the color is so right and so periwinkle. It's perfect. It's like a morning sky blue with just a drop of purple in it, and it's wonderful. Love this. Boho Blues from China Glaze. You deserve to be in my 12 Desert Island picks because you're awesome. You're awesome. It's awesome. Okay, so I just included this in my top greens, but this deserves to be in here. This is Nomad from Illamasqua. Gorgeous, kind of jade, but also kind of a mint green. It's gorgeous. It's a cream finish. It dries very glossy, and it's just the perfect green. This is probably my favorite green ever, and I love it. I love it. It deserves to be in this Desert Island pick because I get a ton of wear out of it. If I have this and no other greens, I'm good. This is really awesome. Nomad from Illamasqua. This is Allegra from Zoya. I don't know what to say about this. It's a glass fleck polish. I love me some glass fleck polishes, and Zoya does them like no other. It's a beautiful, rich, kind of magenta or electric kind of raspberry shade. Intense, beautiful, saturated color. Gorgeous sparkle to it when you get it in the sunlight because of all those, the fine shimmer particles. It has a touch of gold glass fleck in there as well, which just gives it a little bit more dimension on the nail. It's beautiful. I love it. I love it. It takes 2 coats. I think when I first got this, it took 3. It's thickened up on me a little bit. So in 2 coats, you have rich, gorgeous color, and it's perfect. This is easily like one of my top favorite Zoyas, and it deserves to be in my 12 Desert Island picks. Alright, so next up is Lilac Bridges from ILNP, and I also have mentioned this before. You know, I don't have that many videos on my channel, but I'm already like mentioning the same polishes over and over. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, but at least if you've watched the video about me in a bottle polishes, and like my favorite greens, then at least you're seeing some consistency and maybe getting a sense of what my taste is like. But this color is a beautiful sheer kind of like mauve jelly, and it has the most stunning copper flash and actually more pronounced copper and pink shimmer flecks in there as well. This is really sheer. It takes 3 generous coats to get it opaque. Worth it. Worth it in my opinion. I love the way this looks. This and Normani are like my neutrals. And this is kind of a weird pick for a neutral, but I feel like the color is so muted and dusty and understated that it really works well as a neutral. It's gorgeous. I love this. It's my favorite ILNP ever. I feel like I took this video pretty seriously, and the prompt, you know, to pick your 12 polishes. I didn't just think of like, oh, well, these polishes will get me through for a year. I thought, you know what, no, like if I was just stuck with 12, which ones would I keep? So I guess in a way these are like my 12 favorite polishes ever for the time being. But easily I could just live off these for a year, easily. ILNP Lilac Bridges. I adore this polish so much. It's beautiful. We got 2 more and I'm super excited about them. I'm gonna save the painful one for last because it's discontinued. Everything else I've shown you so far you're still able to get, but my last pick is my #1 favorite like polish of all time, and it's discontinued, so I'm gonna leave that for last. But this one is still available, as all the others are, except the last polish remaining. This is from KB Shimmer. It's called Leaf of Faith. It is a gorgeous, like, Jolly Rancher, cherry Jolly Ranchers. Do they make cherry flavored Jolly Ranchers? It's this beautiful deep red jelly base that has a very candy-like look on the nail. It dries extremely glossy, and in it are a variety of sizes of hex glitter. They're all suspended in this beautiful rich cherry base. You know what? It's kind of like cherry pie filling, like you know, like cherry pie filling. Yeah, I'd say that's what it looks like. It's so beautiful. And the hex glitter, some of it looks orange and some of it looks more yellow and golden. And then there's a fine holographic, scattered holographic micro glitter in there as well. I love this so much. And some of the glitter is red too. All of these suspended in that gorgeous cherry base, just, this polish gets me every time I wear it. I love it. It's my favorite KB Shimmer. I could have included I Wet My Plants, and I've talked about that one before, but if I'm honest with myself, this is the best. Like, if I could only keep one KB Shimmer, it would be this one. I love this. I think I did 3 coats to get it opaque just because I wanted to see how rich the base color got, and I was very happy with it on 3 coats. You could probably get away with 2, but oh man, this is so beautiful. Gets me every time I wear it. I love it. And the last polish, which was the first that when I was grabbing all these polishes, this was the first that I grabbed for this video, because without question it is my favorite nail polish from Zoya and like my most used polish. And oh good, so maybe you can see I shook this a little bit, but anyway, this is, maybe you can see my fill line, it's down to here. This is Julie from Zoya, and I love it. This is discontinued, which makes me sad, but it's a beautiful lavender cream with so much silvery white. It looks to me like glass fleck shimmer, but there's also a pearlized kind of effect as well. So it really just has this effect of crushed pearls suspended in this lavender cream base. And the base isn't so opaque that it swallows up all the shimmer. You definitely get that luster on the nail. My bottle is actually getting really kind of thick and difficult to work with. And I will be honest, this doesn't have the best drying time of all my polishes. I feel like if I don't take my time in between coats, the next day I could still have issues with this, like, not denting, but it just doesn't dry as hard if I'm not patient in between coats. and my bottle is getting thicker. I don't think this is like an ideal formula, but I don't care because I think the color is great, and I'm going to add, sorry, my finger itches. I'm going to be adding nail polish thinner to this, and I am going to squeeze every last drop out of this bottle before I bust open my backup bottles. And yes, I said backup bottles, plural, because this color is, it's my favorite nail polish color, and like the sticker just came off, so that's cool. I love Julie from Zoya. I don't know why they discontinued this. Oh, that makes me sad. The stickers, I can't get it to stick anymore. And I don't know why it's greasy underneath there. I hope that's cuticle oil. I love this polish so much. It was just randomly discontinued. I don't really know why Zoya did that, but it's beautiful. I found it accidentally at Ulta like a year after, a year or two after it had been released. I can't remember exactly when. And I thought it was Hudson from Zoya, so I was like, cool, I'm getting Hudson. And when I took it home and realized it was Julie, I looked it up on the internet and realized it was discontinued. And I was like, oh my gosh, this is incredibly gorgeous. How is this discontinued? And the answer is because Zoya hates us. I guess because they hate happiness and they hate joy, and so they discontinued Julie. But yeah, so Julie is like my all-time favorite polish, and it demands a place in my top 12, you know, desert island picks. I talked a lot about this. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to ramble. Julie is amazing. Amazing. Love it. So that's it. Those are my 12 desert island. You can only wear these for, you know, these 12 for a year, and that's it. Those are my polish picks. I feel pretty good about them. I have like my super favorites in here. This video could have been called my favorite polishes of all time, because I really feel like I feel good about these. I feel really good about my choices, and I could easily live in these for a year without question. I would miss, I don't want to say I wouldn't miss any of my other polishes, but I would thoroughly enjoy being able to wear these for a year, and that's it. So I'm not going to de-stash everything but these. I'm still going to enjoy everything else I have. But I love these. So anyway, I don't want to keep rambling. Let me know in the comments below what your picks would be if you know, found yourself in the same situation, or you just wanted to participate in the collaboration. Let's, you know, consider yourself tagged. Make a video or leave in the comments below your thoughts. Claire Gray, you're awesome. I love your videos. If you aren't watching Claire Gray, you should, because she's amazing, and she's like a storyteller. And that's kind of, I don't know why, like I could listen to her talk about anything. So the fact that she talks about nail polish is wonderful. Anyway, Claire, thank you for starting this tag. You're awesome. Everyone watching, thank you for watching and spending some time with me today. I hope you have a great day. I'm rambling. Yeah. Have a good one. Bye.